lives, 'cause we know we always can trust you. 'Cause we know we always can trust you. We'll invite Sister Josephine to give us the opening prayer.
We are praying. Our Lord and Master Jesus Christ, we thank you for this morning. We thank you for counting us among the living. We thank you for the blessings you have poured on your children so far. And we know that you are going to pour more on us this morning. As we commence this morning's program, we pray that you take absolute control of all that you are going to do. Help the facilitators and help the students as well, so that at the end of it all, praise and honor shall be given unto you. In the mighty name of Jesus, we have prayed. Amen.
Let God. Let God. Let God. God bless you. At this point, we invite our youth leader to give us a short word.
Let God. Oh, let God. May God help us to leave everything to Him in Jesus' mighty name. All right, so on behalf of the Youth Development Department, we want to appreciate you all for sticking and staying with us for the past 2 days now. Since Thursday, we have enjoyed your company, and we are sure of the blessings God has for us, and we are certain that you will not miss your blessings in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. We also want to let you know that forgive us. We know our facilities haven't been the best. I think I mentioned that to you this morning during the prayers. But you see, sometimes you have to sacrifice something to get the best. So you are sacrificing your comfort to get something. So we plead that you don't worry too much because of what you are going to get at the end of the day. Is that right? All right, so on this note, we want to appreciate you once again. Honestly, I want to say that I enjoyed the bonfire yesterday. How many of you enjoyed it? Wow, I really enjoyed it yesterday. Myself, I was there to see what happened. I so much enjoyed it. Except that we were not able to do the award ceremony. So we would merge the award ceremony with that of the quiz. This afternoon, we are going to have the quiz competition. So we are going to award the winners of the quiz competition with those who participated in the bonfire yesterday. So watch out for that. It's going to be a very big thing. And we want you to come around and support your various zones. Come around and support your various zones. The following announcements we have is that this morning we have what we call the Aspire session. I'll leave the details of the announcement to our moderator this morning to handle that. But we are going to have conference also at 10:30. So Sunday school teachers, please be mindful when the program is ongoing. We may select a few of you to be part of the conference happening today at 10:30. So please bear that in mind. Bear that in mind. When is 12:30? We'll go for our lunch, and then at 3 p.m., we'll come and look at another very important program called Do You Know AFC? Do you know AFC? And we want you to understand Apostolic Faith Church. This church, by the grace of God, is a fantastic church. Not because I'm a member of this church, but because of what I know we stand for and what we believe in and all of that. And I want you to understand why we do what we do. If you get that understanding, you will try not to question a lot of things too much. I believe a lot of you have so many questions on your mind, a lot of concerns. We are going to explain all those concerns and questions to you so that you will have an understanding of what we do. Then at 5 p.m., there's going to be a very big thing, concert. See, you can miss everything, but don't miss concerts. You can miss everything in your life. In fact, you can miss your exams. You can miss your meals. You can miss your sleep. But I'm telling you that don't miss concerts. How many of you would know to miss concerts? I don't want to miss concerts. All right, thank you so much. God bless you. So watch out for concerts. Something will happen during the concert also. Amen. How many of you believe something happened yesterday evening during the service? How many of you believe something happened yesterday? Watch out for part 2 of what happened yesterday. And this time around, it's going to be mega. So watch out for that. God will come down in power and bless us wonderfully. Then at 8 p.m., we'll have our supper. Then 9, we'll have our last wait. So I mentioned to you in the morning that those of you who are still having your wait list, keep including more items on the wait list. We are going to have the wait here in this auditorium at 9 p.m. At 9 p.m., we'll do well for that wait. Now, when we are done with the first program, when we are done with the Aspire session, like I told you, we are doing a lot of content this morning, so we are going to use most of our Let's Go jerseys. We'll take some content. So in front there, you see a backdrop there. We have certain things. We are going to take pictures. We'll post them. We'll share them. We want people to know what we have. How many of you enjoy being part of us? How many of you enjoy being part of us? You enjoy. You like the vibe. You like the energy. Wonderful. We want to have a family of like-minded people who share the same faith, who believe in the same God, and we are all aspiring to raising an army of outstanding young people going to heaven and persuading others to come along. So that is that. After I leave here, we are going to listen to the goodwill message from our worker youth leader. Yesterday we should have done that, but unfortunately, we had an issue with our system, but this morning I'm told it is resolved. After the goodwill message, we'll play a few of the camp anthem challenge, a few of them, because we are going to award people on that. Let me be quick to say that the playing of the anthems are not based on who did well and who didn't do well. As we speak now, people are voting on the camp anthem challenges, and we are going to base on the votes, the number of votes to award people. But whatever we play this morning is not based on any order, it's not based on any rank. The remaining ones we played during the quiz competition, so we'll do a few of them this morning. Then Brad Jr. will come and lead us into the class distribution. I wish you well, and as we let go of all our problems and allow God's space into our life, when we release control of our lives, we tell God, I can't control my life. I can't handle myself. I give myself to you. I hand over the destiny of my life to you. Take charge and watch what God will do for you. So let's watch our leader in Nigeria, Brother Gamaliel, as he gives us the goodwill message. God bless you.
Good day, beloved brethren in Ghana. Calvary greetings to you all in the precious name of our Lord. Good day, beloved brethren in Ghana. Calvary greetings to you all in the precious name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I bring you warm greetings and heartfelt love from your brethren here in Nigeria. It gives me great joy to address you at the commencement of your youth camp, and I sincerely thank God for the privilege to be able to send this message to you. First, I would like to express my sincere apologies that I am not able to attend physically this year for the camp. It would have been a great joy to be there with you, to fellowship together, to share in the worship, in the prayers, and the blessings that the Lord has prepared for his people. However, even though I am not there in person, please know that my heart is with you, my prayers are with you. I am praying earnestly for you all that there will be a mighty revival. I want you to know that God himself is present with you at this camp. The success and blessing of a gathering like this does not depend on the presence of a man or on the presence of men, but on the presence of God. And the Bible tells us that where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Where God is, there will be power, there will be transformation, there will be demonstration of the power of God. It's themed Let God, and it is very profound and powerful. You see, sometimes in life, the greatest challenge we face is not the absence, but our unwillingness. But the message of this thing is simple and very deep. Let God. Let God fight. Let God shape in your life. When we truly let God take his rightful place, he does what no man can do. He opens where there is confusion. He brings peace where there is trouble. And he releases grace for the journey ahead. Youth camps like this are very special. They are very special moments. They are moments when God calls young people aside from the noise of everyday life to speak to our hearts. Many destinies have been shaped, many lives have been transformed, many have received divine callings during these kinds of programs. And so I want you to encourage yourself, and I want to encourage every one of you that you should come. Don't touch you, and he will touch you. You can ask God to reveal his purpose and direction for you, and he will definitely do so. During the prayers, let God bring air. And when you are having your quiet time, allow the Lord to speak to you. Some of the most powerful encounters with God happen not only in quiet moments when a heart sincerely seeks him. I pray that during this camp, the Lord will visit you in a very special way. May he renew your strength. May he deepen your love for him. May he establish your faith. And may he raise from among you young men and women who will stand boldly for Christ in our generation. May the Lord bless every minister, every leader, every worker, and everyone who has labored to make this camp possible. May the grace begin and end. Dear brethren, please be assured we trust God that this camp will be impactful, blessed, and unforgettable. May you have a divine encounter, a special divine encounter. May the Lord move in your midst. May the Lord reveal himself to you. And may each of us and each one of you leave this camp stronger, closer to God, more committed to his purpose. Once again, very best wishes for a successful and blessed youth camp. God bless you all.
Okay, so apologies for the problems we're having. But in summary, what our leader wants to us to know is that may God bless this youth camp. He wants God to bless this youth camp. And he would have wished to be here, but other things have taken his time. But he's here with us in spirit. And he's saying that we should keep trusting God, and that the Let God theme that has been placed on this youth camp has not been placed there for any purpose, but for God to bless us mightily. So we'll also move on now to the youth camp anthem challenge now. WCS, if you can play that for us. Happy listening.
Wait, it's going now.
I should go.
pause for here for now. Do you want to see more? Do you want to see more? Okay, then come early for the quiz so that we will play more for you. Then we start the quiz, okay? Okay, so at this point, we are going to go into our various classes for the ASPA session. We will have various classes, just like we did yesterday, from primary 4. Please, let's pay attention, no noise. Primary 4 to SHS, you are going to the car park. Primary 4 upward to SHS, you are going to the car park. If you are below primary 4, you go to the elementary Sunday school. I hope you all know there. Yes, so primary 4 up to SHS, you are going to the car park. Other classes below primary 4, you go to the elementary Sunday school. Tertiary and adults will stay in the auditorium for their session. So that will be the class arrangement. So we'll move into our classes at the sound of the organ. Let us move very fast. So primary 4 upwards to SHS, we are going to the car park. Tertiary and adults will stay in the auditorium for our session. So the adults, as the other classes move out, please move forward. Let's fill the seats in front here. Teachers, kindly know that you have up to 11:10 to end your session. Up to 11:10 to end your session. After that, we all come back to the auditorium. So adults, as the other classes are moving out, please move forward. Let's fill the section in front here. Adults, please, let's move forward. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Thank you. Okay, please, can we move forward? Let's move forward. Those at the back, kindly, we beg you, please move forward so that we can have very good interactions. Let's move forward. WCS, can you please do the projection for us? Okay, so while we wait for the WCS to do the projection for us, for the adults class, we have 2 sessions. One session will be on what to look out for investments, some investment opportunities out there. And then the other session will be on teachers fund management. Will be on teachers fund management. So that will be the order for we, the adults class. Those are the points. Can you please come to this point? Yes, move forward so that we can have very good interactions. No, those here, can they move to the side? Okay, so to start with, we are saying that smart investing for young Ghanaians. This class will be very interactive, so please let's all be ready to answer some questions. So what is investment? It's a discussion, it's not a teaching. What is investment? Anyone?
Okay. So from my point of view, investment simply means putting money or fund into something expecting a profit.
Good. So putting money into something and expecting profit. And I'm sure we all like the sound of profit. Or we want losses. Oh, I want the class to be interactive. Do we want losses? Exactly. We want profit. But then some of us are actually doing things that we are actually running into losses, but we don't know. So let me take, for instance, you earn your monthly salary, you take some money, you put it down. I can tell you for a fact that even though the money is in your bank account, you are actually running into losses, but you never know. So those are the kind of things that we'll touch on today. So let's move to the next slide. So why is investment necessary? Why is investment necessary? And if we look at the projection, next slide. Apologies, they are facing some challenges. Okay, I'll continue whilst they keep on fixing their challenge. So why is investment necessary? So I've already touched on a little of it, that as we are all here, money. If you don't need money, me, I need money. We all need money in some way or other to be able to meet certain obligations, whether it's being personal, family related, towards the church, any form. But then it is important to have your money work for you. Sometimes we know that people always encourage that we save. But saving is not enough. You get your monthly salary, you put something down. You get your monthly salary, you put something down. It's not enough. So if you should look at the statistics behind it, in between just 2022 to 2023, if you had money in your savings account, if you had money in your bank account, let's say you put 1,000 cedis in your bank account, the actual value of that money that you held between 2022 to 2023 was not 1,000 Ghana cedis. It was just around 560 cedis. Why? Because inflation plays a very critical role in your pocket. So some of us, when they are saying that, oh, inflation is going high, okay, Iran and US is fighting, you really don't bother because you think that, oh, it's far away, but actually it's affecting your pocket. Because when we talk about inflation is basically the rate at which the prices of things increase. And between 2022 to 2023, can we please show the slide, WCS? Between 2022 to 2023 alone, inflation was as high as 54%. So if you put 1,000 cedis at the beginning of 2022 in your bank account, by the end of 2023, the actual value that you had was 560 cedis, not 1,000, even though you see 1,000 cedis in your bank account. Are we getting it? Because the thing that you could have bought with 1,000 cedis at the beginning of 2022, at the end of 2023, you can't buy those same things with that same 1,000 cedis. That is another one main reason why you need investment and not just savings. The next point is that when you put money in your bank account, let me explain to you what a bank does. When you put the money in your bank account, the money is not sitting there. The money that you see when you check your bank balance, they are just numbers. The actual money is being used by the bank. The bank will go and do the same investments that you are not doing. They will get bigger interest rates, and then they will come and give you small portion of it. And at the end of the day, after they have worked with your money, how many of us here know that the bank deducts us every month? We have bank accounts, right? We have bank accounts, right? You see those small deductions. You see 1 cedi, 2 cedi. To you, it's nothing. But to the bank, it's a lot of money. So imagine, let me say my brother over here, or let me just use all of us. If I come to you and I said, give me your money, I'll use it for investment. And when I do the investment, I'll gain 30%. After I gain the 30%, I'll give you 5%. And after that, I will deduct you also for using your money to go and gain 30%. Will you do it? Will you do it? Will we do it? But actually, that's what we are doing. That's the actual reality of putting money in your bank account. That's the reality. So you put your money in your bank account, you think that, I have 2,000 cedis in my bank account. The bank is just cheating you. Are we clear? I'm not saying don't put money in bank. What we are saying is that beyond you just putting money in there, look for avenues to invest that money. Because there are avenues that you don't want to look for. The bank is looking for those avenues, investing it for bigger interest rates, come and give you a small portion, and at the end of the day, they'll charge you again for using your money to go and look for money. So that's the second reason why we need investments. And the third reason I've already mentioned is also linked to inflation. And we said that what? Investment is not a luxury. It is financial self-defense. So we said that what? Your salary alone will not make you wealthy. How many of us here want to be rich? How many of us want to be rich? I'm not raising their hands. So some people don't want to be. Me, I want to be rich. I want to be filthy rich. Very, very rich. So your salary alone will not get you there. Your salary alone will not get you there. You need to find opportunities to invest. And another thing that we always have at the back of our mind that, when I even don't invest, I'm paying SNIT. Most of us are paying SNIT, right? Even if you are not paying SNIT, you are doing some few contributions here and there, mutual funds and all those things. The return is not that much. So it's advisable you yourself look for the investments and put your own money in there and gain the full benefits. So these are some of the reasons why we need to do investments. Next slide. Next slide, WCS. So in the next slide, we want to contrast. We've said a lot of things. Now I want to put all together. Putting savings and investment side by side. So on the left side, you see savings, the characteristics of savings, and on the right side, you see investments. The first point is that savings is low risk. I mean, when you go to the bank to put your money for investments, they will ask you that, are you a low risk taker? Are you a medium risk taker? Are you a high risk taker? I don't know if any of us have gone to bank and they ask us that question. So let me ask, if you want to use your money for something, will you want your money to be put in something that is very volatile? That if the market increases by 100%, your money will increase by 100%. Or if the market also fails and it goes to zero, you will lose your money. How many of us will take that risk? Yes. So I'm seeing the high risk takers. So these people are the high risk takers. As for them, it's either you make it or you lose it. They don't care. And then we have the medium people. So as we are talking, gauge yourself so that when you go to the bank to go and do investments and they ask you, you know what to say. We have the medium risk takers. As for them, they are honey hole. They want, if the market is going 100%, they want 50. And if the market is going to 0%, they still want to remain at 50. How many of us are at that point? Oh, how many of us are at that point? Okay. And then we have the low risk takers. As for them, when the market is going 100%, they want to be at 20. And when the market is going to 0, they will agree to around 10. How many of us are in that category? Are you sure? Okay, now let me put money to it. If you have 1,000 cedis, will you be a high risk taker or a low risk taker? If you are having 1,000 cedis, will you be high risk or low risk? High risk, let me see your hand. Okay, low risk, let me see your hand. With 1,000 cedis. Low risk, let me see your hand. Okay, now, if you are having 100,000 cedis for investment, high risk, let me see your hand. High risk, let me see your hand. Okay, medium risk, let me see your hand. Okay, then low risk. Aha, so she's scared. Now that I put money to it, now your risk appetite has changed. You get it? So that's how investment works. So based on the amount of money you have, you need to measure what you can afford to lose. Because that's what investment is about. You are risking an amount of money, you may end up losing it. Even the banks that you go invest with, it can be that the bank will collapse. So it's a risk. Even if you put it in savings, you are not investing. If the bank collapses, you still lose your money. So why don't you just take the risk? If it's a far now far, am I speaking your language? All right. So that's the characteristics of savings. WCS, can you please show the slide? WCS. No, the previous slide. Okay, so for savings, we said that they are low risk, they are easy to assess. That's another big thing about investment. Some of us don't do investment because we want the money to be available to us. That at any point where we need the money, we just go and take the money. But when you do that, it doesn't build the necessary discipline you need to become rich. You need to be able to invest your money and say that this money, I won't touch it for the next 2 years. I won't touch it for the next 5 years. I won't touch it for the next 6 months. But if you put it in your savings, when you need airtime and you don't have Momo Pay, because you have access to that money, you quickly go and do *170#. Then go and bring the money into your Momo account, you go and buy bundle. So that's another big red flag about savings and why you should not just save. And then for savings, as I said, the bank will save and give you some small portion, but why don't you go for the bigger interest that the bank is using your money for? And then we also said that it is best for emergency. So maybe you anticipate that, oh, in the next 3 months, my children will be going to school, I need to pay something, I need to buy something, so maybe I'll do some small savings, put it down. Then any extra money I get from that, I'll put that into investments. You can do that. So on the left side, we have investments. On the right side, on the left side, we have savings. On the right side, we have investments. As we are talking, we'll be building on those points. So the portion down there is very important. It says that what? Build your emergency fund first. That is your savings. So don't take all your monthly salary and go and put it into savings. No. You keep something small, into investments. Don't take all the money and go and dump into investments. Keep something small in your savings so that if there's an emergency or something you haven't planned comes up, you can have access to that money. Then every other money, please stay disciplined. Any other money that you can sacrifice to invest, put it inside. Even if it is 1 cedi, push it inside. As we go, we'll talk about why even 1 cedi matters. So let's move to the next slide. So in the next slide, we have options for you to invest in. What are some of the things out there that you can invest in? So the first thing is T-bills. How many of us have heard of T-bills? Treasury bills, government bonds. How many of us have heard about it? T-bills. Okay. So do you know that you see maybe some of these banks advertising on TV? Bring your money to us. We'll go and do investment for you. Have you ever seen those things? Especially if you go to GCB, especially then the traditional banks. You have a lot of these government bonds and other things. So if you are a low risk taker or a medium risk taker, you can look at some of these options. So we have T-bills. That one you get previously, you would have gotten around 20 to 28%. But right now, because interest rates have come down, the current rate you get around 6 to 9.7%. So what this tells us is that if you were investing between, let me tell you a secret, all those who invested between 2020 to 2025, they made a lot of money. They made crazy amounts of money. Because those times, inflation was so high, interest rates was so high. So if you have money and you put it in investments, you can get as high as 36% interest. But now, it's around 6 to 9.7. Even though it has reduced, it's still better than the interest that you'll be gaining on your savings now. So it is still a better option. So we have T-bills, and the minimum entry that you can do with 100 cedis. If you walk into any traditional bank with 100 cedis, you can buy T-bill and government bond. 100 cedis. So we are not talking about big money, just 100 cedis. You can buy treasury bills, you can buy government bonds. Don't put that money in your pocket, you will spend it. That 100 cedis, if you put it in your pocket, something will come up, you will spend it. Go and buy T-bill and government bonds, 100 cedis. And we also have mutual funds. This mutual funds is managed, so what they do is that when you go to the bank and you say you want a mutual fund, what they do is that they'll take Kofi's money, they'll take Ame's money, they'll take Kwame's money, and they'll put it together, and then they'll invest it for the three of you. That's what we call a mutual fund. But for the T-bills, they'll invest for only you. So if you think you don't have enough money to do T-bills, you can go for mutual fund. That one too, you will get some good interest rate on it. And that one, the minimum is 50 Ghana cedis. So we are not talking about big money. 50 Ghana cedis, you can do mutual funds and still gain some very, very good interest on your money. Another option is the Ghana Stock Exchange, going to real estate, business, and dollar against foreign assets. So for the Ghana Stock Exchange, when you go to the banks, they can also guide you. But the one thing I want to touch on is the dollar and foreign assets. All of us have been seeing that, dollar now control, the dollar has increased, the dollar is falling. We all see it, right? But if I should tell you that many people are making money out of it, who here is making money out of the dollar increasing and falling? How many of us are making money out of it? Sure. How many of us are making money out of this? I can tell you that people study the markets. Okay? They study the markets and they can tell when dollar is about to rise. So when dollar is about to rise, do you know what they do? They'll go and buy dollar. Because at that point, dollar will be around maybe 8 cedis. So they'll go and buy dollar, 8 cedis. In 2 weeks to 3 weeks' time, dollar will be around 10 cedis to 12 cedis. Haven't they made interest? They've made interest of 2 cedis or 4 cedis. So imagine you are buying dollar at 8 cedis and you buy 800 cedis. You buy 800 cedis, you have bought how much? $100. But in the next 2 weeks to 4 weeks, if that dollar is even 10 cedis, how much do you have? 1,000 cedis within 2 weeks. So if you gained interest of 200 Ghana cedis, what investment will give you 200 cedis within 2 weeks? No investment to do that. So we are trying to draw your attention that when these things are happening on the market, don't just look at it that, oh, dollar increasing, dollar reducing. Take advantage of it. When you see that, oh, especially when you see that there is war going on, fuel is increasing. I'm trying not to go to the broad picture. I'm trying to bring it something that we can relate it. Else I'll be forced to go into macroeconomics and that. I don't want to go there. I want to stick to the very basics. When you see these things, they are increasing fuel. There's a fight going on somewhere. There's going to be a change of government. They are going to change the governor of Bank of Ghana. All these things come with implications on the CD dollar depreciation. If you don't know, I'm telling you. So when you see that these things are happening, you can walk into any bank. Don't charge you. You have relationship managers in various banks. Go to them. Tell them that, oh, I've heard that this is happening. I've heard that this is happening on the world market. Advise me. Do you think dollar will increase or decrease? They'll advise you. And if it's a good time to buy dollar, you can buy dollar. So don't just be sitting there and be watching, oh, dollar increasing, dollar decrease. Take advantage of it. It's a very, very good opportunity for free money. This is free money. Oh. You buy dollar at 8 cedis today, 2 weeks later, it's 10 cedis or 12 cedis. Free money. And making money out of it. But because we don't know, we don't take advantage of it. So that's another point I wanted you to know. Let's go to the next slide. WCS, next slide. So after the next slide, we are looking at so he's spoken a lot about investments. We've spoken about some options that you have out there. Now I want to look at things that will guide you to determine if this investment is a good investment or is a bad investment. And if this institution, good institution to invest with, or this institution is a bad institution to invest with. So I couldn't put together institutions because I don't know the institutions around your communities. But what I did was to put together key things that you should look out for in an institution or in an investment plan that will let you know that, okay, this is good, let me put my money into it, or this is bad, let me refrain from it. The first points, so let's look at the green flags, which are the good points you should look out for. The first thing is strong return on investment. So we said that returns that beat inflation after fees and taxes. That's a very important point to note. Returns that is more than inflation after they have taken their fees and taxes. Let me tell you what the bank will do. When you go to the bank to go invest, they'll tell you that, oh, you gain interest rates of, let's say, 10% in 3 months. So you said, okay, I have, let's say, 1,000 cedis. I want to invest 1,000 cedis for 3 months. And they tell you that the interest rate is 10%. The interest rate is not related to the 10%. That 10% that they are telling you is for the whole year. So if you are doing your investment for 3 months, what you have to do is that you have to divide that 10 by 4. So dividing 10 by 4, what will you get? The mathematicians. You get what? 2.5, around 2.5 thereabouts. So your actual interest that you are going to gain is 2.5 of the money you are putting for 3 months. But the relationship manager won't tell you that, oh, that's the case. They'll just tell you that, oh, it's 10%. But you should have at the back of your mind that the 10% is for the whole year. So if your investment is for the full year, then you will enjoy that 10%. If your investment is for 6 months, you have to divide it into 2. You will have 5%. If your investment is for 3 months, you divide it into what? 4. That will be the portion that you get. So look at that so that you know your actual interest rate. After that, the bank will also charge you a fee. So you put the fee that they'll charge you and you calculate the interest, the actual interest, not the 10% they'll tell you, the actual interest that you get. Calculate that interest and then calculate the fees that they'll charge you. Add it to the interest. And now check to see that That's total profit that you are making in the next 3 months. Is it higher than the current inflation rate? So if you put all that together, and let's say at the end of the day you gain 10%, and you go and check inflation rates, you don't have to go to the bank. Okay, if you're at the bank, you can ask. You can just check on your phone. Go to Google, what's the current inflation rate in Ghana? You will get it. So if you check the whole package of profit that you get, and let's say it is 10%, and current inflation rate is 12%, don't do that investment. They are cheating you. Don't do that investment. Because inflation rates, even if you gain that profit, in the next 3 months, that profit plus your money will not be able to buy what you should have bought now with your same money. Are we getting it? So if you gain, let's say you have 100 cedis, you invest and they tell you that with the fees, the interest rate, everything will be, you gain, let's say, 10 cedis, 10%. And then you check what's the current inflation rate. If inflation rate is around 15%, calculate 15% of your money. 50% of your money is what? 15 cedis, right? Whereas the bank is offering interest rates, full interest rate of 10 cedis. So meaning that in the next 10 months, your money will become 110, right? But in the next 10 months, if inflation is going to be at 15%, it means that your actual cost of inflation is 115 cedis. That's a bad investment. You are losing 5 cedis. So you can go to several banks. Several banks have different interest rates. And what I will advise you is that when you want to do investments, the normal banks, their interest rates are very low. But you can go to private institutions. But be careful of the private institution you go with. We'll check all the green flags. If that private institution meets all those green flags, go to them instead of a bank. Because the private institutions have higher interest rates. Private institutions that are well managed, let me put it that way. Private institutions that are well managed and meet all the green flags that we are going to talk about, you can put your money there. Because for private institutions, they will offer you higher interest rates. Let's look at the next green flag. The next green flag is that the company is highly regulated. So if you go to the company or the private institution that I'm talking about, go to the Bank of Ghana site. Go to their page, just type in companies regulated by Bank of Ghana. You have a whole list of companies. If the company that you have gone to is not in that list, don't invest there. Don't invest there, because Bank of Ghana can stand up one day and say that this institution doesn't meet our regulations, we are closing it down, you lose your money. Or because they are not regulated by the Bank of Ghana, they can run away with your money at any time. So always check with the Bank of Ghana that they are regulated. The next thing is that the company is transparent. When I talk about transparency, when you walk in there and then you ask questions and they are not free to give you information, they are covering certain information, know that it's a red flag. When you ask them that what's the interest rate, they will be saying that, oh, our interest rate, it is good. You bring your money, we invest it for you. It's a red flag. If they are not certain, they are not able to give you the facts, know that they are not trustworthy. And also, if you want to know whether they are transparent also, you can also go to that company that you've worked in. Let's say you've worked in Kofi and Sons Investments Institution. If they have a website, go to their website. Check if they have published their financials. Even if you don't understand the financials, just check that they have published their latest financials. So if you are in 2025, check that they have published their 2024 financials. If they have not published their previous year financials, it means that the company is struggling. Are we clear? It means that the company is struggling. Don't put your money there. Are we clear? Okay. Or if they don't have a website, when you walk into the company, ask them that you want to see their financials. They won't hide it from you. It's a public information. But because you don't know, you think that, oh, if I go and ask them about their financials, they'll say, don't give me. No. It is their duty to show you their financials if you go there to invest. You can ask them that, oh, let me see your financial for the previous year. If they can provide it to you, it's a good green flag. You can look at other things and say that, okay, it's good for me to invest. If they can't provide it, it's a red flag. They are struggling. That's why they can't provide it. The next thing is that they have enough liquidity and they have good track record outside. So if heard of their name, people invest in them, they have good name on the market. It's good. And they have liquidity. When I say liquidity, what liquidity means is that they have enough money so that when your investment matures, they can pay you. Because there are certain institutions that you said, oh, you are investing for 6 months. When the 6 months is up, they'll tell you that they don't have money to pay you. So look out for that. Okay? Then let's go to the red flags. When you go to an institution and they tell you that, oh, so let me use currently. If any institution in Ghana right now tells you that it will give you interest rate of 20%, run away. No institution can afford 20% right now. Because right now, government treasury bonds are around 6 to 9%. And the institutions tell you that they'll give you 20%. They are lying. It's a big red flag. No matter how much money that institution has, they are lying to you. Another red flag is that they are giving you pressure. When you walk in there and the RM, when I say RM, I mean the relationship manager. You say that, oh, you don't worry about the questions that you're asking. You just bring your money. You bring your money, I'll sort everything out for you. It's a red flag. And they'll be pressuring you, they'll be calling you, hey, bring your money. Meanwhile, the information that you have asked about, they have not provided. But they are pressuring you to bring your money. It's a red flag. Another thing is that there are no regulations. So that one, we've already spoken about it. If it is not regulated by Bank of Ghana, please don't invest there. Don't, even if they are offering you 100% interest rate, don't. They'll run away with your money. And what they'll normally do is that they'll normally let a few people enjoy. So that the people come and tell, oh, when I went, I got the money. When I went, I got the money. When you go and put your money in, we'll see, can I be lucky? Okay? All right. And then they don't have, look at their past in Ghana. So I don't want to name shame, so I won't use the microphone. So for instance, men's gold. If men's gold come right now, come and try to invest, don't do it. Because what? It's not good. They have bad reputation. Okay? So if the company has a bad reputation previously, please don't invest your money there. Okay, next slide. Next slide, WCS, next slide. WCS, next slide. Okay, so now we are going to look at the reason why I was telling you that even one CD matters. So when you're investing, there's something we call simple interest rates and compound interest rates. It's a lot of mathematics, but I'll just break it down to simple English. When I say simple interest rates, what that means is, imagine, take it that it is a straight line. Okay? So when you start at point A, point 1, at 10%, you remain at 10% throughout. That's the most simple explanation I can give you. But compound interest rates can be that you start with 10%. Next 6 months, you go to 12%. Next 1 year, you go to 14%. You take it that way. That's not the literal meaning, but I'm just trying to give you a good picture of it. So when we say simple interest rate, that's the formula over there. I don't want to go too much into the formula. It's just your principal times the rates they are offering you times the length that they are offering you. So when you go to the bank and you say that you want 3 months investment, the bank will not multiply your money times the rates times 3. They'll break the 3 into days. So the bank deals with 91 day, 182 day, and 364 days investments. That's how they name it. 91 day, 182 day, 364. So the 91 days is 3 months, 182 is 6 months, 364 is 1 year. So when you put 100 cedis and your interest rate is 10%, remember I told you that they'll divide that 10% by 4, because if you are doing 3 months, they'll do 100 cedis times 10 divided by 4 times 91 day. That's what they'll do for you. Don't just put 10% there. No. Okay? So if you want to get your daily interest rates, when I say daily interest rate, when you invest money, how much you are gaining on that money every day, what you do is that you take the interest rates they are offering you and divide it by 364. Are we clear? Take the interest rates and divide it by 364. It will give you the money, the interest rate that they are offering you on a daily basis. So someone should do a quick math for me. If your interest rate is 10% and you divide 10 by 364, what will you get? You can just use your calculator. So 10%. So let's do 10 divided by 364. That's 0.027, right? So that's your daily interest rate. So let's say you invest 100 cedis. Multiply that 0.027. I wish we all can do it on our phones. So we are using 10% interest rates divided by 364. When you divide it, that number that you get is your daily interest rate. So let's say you invest 100 cedis. It will be 0.02627 times 100. So it means that on a daily basis, you are gaining 2 cedis. Isn't that good money? Or it's not good money? Is it good money? Oh, you are putting 100 cedis, 100 cedis, and every day you are gaining 2 cedis. So in 1 week, you have 14 cedis. It's good money. Or it's not good money? It's like we are not. It's good money. Even if it's 20 pesos, it's good money. Do you know why it's good money? Because that same 100 cedis, if it is in your bank account, you won't get that 20 pesos. You won't get that 20 pesos. So it's good money. Even if you get 10 pesos every day, 1 week is how much? 70 pesos is good money. Because if it is in your bank, that 100 cedis will not give you 70 pesos in a week. It's good money. Are we clear? Okay. Then we have the compound interest rate. So for the compound interest rates, normally it applies when you go to the bank. They will ask you that the investment that you are doing, do you want an auto rollover? Now I'm using the terms so that you go, when you go and they say it, you understand. They'll ask you, do you want it as an auto rollover? When they say auto rollover, what it means is that when investment matures, your relationship manager will not call you and say, oh, your investment has matured, come for your money. No. They'll put the money in investment again. And this time, they'll not just put your 100 cedis, they'll put the 100 cedis plus the interest that you've gained to do another investment for you. So at that point, you have moved from simple interest to compound interest. Okay? So your next investment is not your 100 cedis again. It is your 100 cedis plus your interest that you gained. So you see that your money will now be increasing with interest. Now your principal, your investment is no more 100 cedis, it's 120 cedis. So if you are gaining the same 10%, it is good. Because the money that you are gaining at 100 cedis, you are gaining extra at 120 cedis. So my advice is that if you are doing an investment, okay, and you know that let's say this money, I don't need it in the next 1 year or 2 years, and you are doing the investment for 6 months, I will advise you that tell them that you want an auto rollover. So that they'll just be pushing your money plus interest, investing it for you until the 2 years reach, then they'll now call you to come for your money. At that time, you will see that your money has compounded. Don't downplay it all. Even if it's, I'm talking with passion because by God's grace, I work with such institutions and I see the maths. To you, the user, is small money, but it's a lot of money that you are gaining. Because when we do the maths, we see the money that everyone is getting. It's a lot of money, I'm telling you. So don't downplay it. Don't think that, oh, it's more interest. Even if it's 5% that you are getting, so far as it is better than inflation rates, go for it. Right now, inflation rate is around 3%, 3 to 4%. So if you are doing an investment and it's offering even 5%, it's good. Are we clear? The only problem is that most of us don't follow the news. We don't follow what's going on the markets. We don't follow what is going on the world markets. So if, let's say, a company has collapsed, let me take a company like Google. We all know Google, right? Or do we all know Google? Do we know Snapchat? Do we know Instagram? These companies, I'm telling you, hold very, very influential roles on the world market. If Google collapses right now, you don't work at Google. None of your relative is related to Google, but I'm telling you, it will affect your pockets. You know why? Because the world market reacts. When I say reacts, people are also on the world market watching what investment to put their money in like you. The moment, let's say, for instance, Google has a little problem with their systems, what investors of Google will do is that they will go and remove their money, right? The moment all investment of Google remove their money, okay, what happens is that the world economy is in a bear market. When I say bear market, it means that everybody is withdrawing their money. So, if you are not quick enough to go and withdraw your money, by the time you get there, the liquidity will be short. What I mean is that the money to pay you would have been short because a lot of people have already taken the lead to go and withdraw their money. But that's not affecting us in here. I'm just giving you a picture of how the world market affects whatever happens in your pockets. So let us be open to following what is happening on the world market. I know it doesn't concern you. I know that you don't have time to go and read. But please, when you hear these kind of things, pay attention to it. It affects your pockets. It's not about just, Ato Fortin is doing well. The Ghana economy is doing well. All those things have significant impact on what happens in here. So those things give you an indication that, is this a good time for me to go invest? So for instance, if the whole world market is crashing, don't go invest at that time. It's a bad time to invest. Do you get it? But if you are not following what is going on in the world market, you know you go invest your money at that time. Okay? So follow what is going on out there. Don't be restricted to just your WhatsApp, your Snapchat, your TikTok. Follow world market. Follow world economies. It doesn't only inform you, it quickens, it gives you more knowledge. It broadens your horizon about what is going out there. And it helps you to make very good investment decisions. Okay, back to our slide. So that's that about simple and compound rates as we've spoken about. And then what we are going next to WCS is how the global economy affects you. So I'll just touch on it a bit, but I just want us to see how the global economy affects you. So we've spoken about the exchange rates. We've spoken about what goes on the world markets. We've spoken about now geopolitics and pandemics. That's another point I want to hit. Who knows what geopolitics means? What does geopolitics mean? Geopolitics. Who knows what geopolitics means? Okay. What is happening in Iran and USA right now? Do you all know that Iran and US are fighting? Iran, US, Israel, they are fighting. Are we all aware? That's a typical example of geopolitics. Those countries that they are fighting. Let me tell you what happens on the financial markets. All the presidents in there, they have interest in whatever they are doing. They are not just fighting, no. That, Iran is a bad country, so let's go and fight Iran. No. They gain financial benefits from it. Okay? So, if you are going to do an investment that is tied to something that has got to do with Iran. So, let's use Iran for instance. Iran is known, the best commodity that comes from Iran. Who knows? What's the best commodity that comes from Iran? Crude oil. So most of our fuels that we buy from Ghana here, you see, Iran doesn't concern you. But fuel will increase because there is a fight in Iran. Why? Because we import fuel from Iran. If we don't import fuel from Iran, we import fuel from a certain company that goes to take the fuel from Iran. So the fuel will what? It will increase. So for instance, right now, the Israel-Iran-US war, it began, I think, last week, Saturday, right? Last week, Saturday. Let me tell you what happened on the markets. Last week, Saturday, the market was closed. Normally, trading doesn't happen on the weekend. Trading happens on Monday to the end of the week. When the market opened on Monday, a lot of people bought crude oil portfolios. When I say portfolio, they invested so much in crude oil. Do you know why? because crude oil is going to increase. Prices of fuel is going to increase. It's a fact, just because of what's happening in Iran. So a lot of people went to buy investments in oil, because at that morning it will be around 9 cedis. But now that Israel and US is keeping on bombing Iran, what it means is that they are destroying more of their facilities, meaning that a lot of people will be afraid to go to Iran, and then the price of fuel will be what? It will be increasing like that. So what you bought at 9 cedis, within 1 month, you can be selling it off around 15 cedis. But you see, we don't know. So all we know is that the US is fighting Iran, but we are not taking advantage of it. So whatever happens out there, you can take advantage of it and make money, free money. And this one is not sinful money. It is legal money. It is legal because it is being traded on the stock. It is being regulated by the government of Ghana. You can trade it. It's legal. When you get your profit, they will pay it to you, pay. But because we don't know, we don't take advantage of it. All we know is that US is bombing Iran. Georgina, is that what you know? So whatever happens out there, be mindful of it. You can make money out of it. Okay, let's go to the next one. So the next thing is on the power of starting early. The power of starting early. So I have 2 scenarios over there. I want to show you scenario 1 and scenario 2. The power of starting early. Okay, so let's look on the screen. If you can't see, you can use the screens behind you. So we have Amma. Amma is starting at age 22. Kofi is starting at age 32. Amma invests 200 cedis per month. So let's say at the end of every month, when the bank pays you, you say that, okay, I can't afford 200 cedis, but deduct 20 cedis from my bank account at the end of every month and use it for investment for me. The banks have that option. Let me just put your mind to it. You can go to the bank and tell them that whenever any money, your salary hits your account, they should deduct a portion of it and invest it for you. They'll do it for you. So you have that option as well. So Amma starts that at age 22. Amma is investing 200 cedis per month at an average interest rate of 15%. At the end of 33 years, so we say 33 years of compounding, which means that Amma will say that, be doing this investment for me. When it matures, add my interest and roll it over again. That's the auto rollover I mentioned. So if Amma is doing 200 cedis per month, 200 cedis per month in a year will be how much? Let's quickly do 200 times 12. It's what? 2,400, right? And Amma does that for 33 years compounding. Okay? So 2,400 times 33 years is 79,200. That's the amount of money that they've deducted amount between those 33 years. But Amma's actual return at the end of those 33 years is 1.2 million Ghana cedis. So you have invested 72,000, but you gain 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Don't we like this? You see, the problem is that we are not exposed to some of these things, and we don't follow what is going on in the market. That's why I'm telling you that a lot of money, people are making money for free. Have you heard of stock traders? How many of us know of crypto? Have you heard of day traders? Let me tell you, there are people where you and I are going to work. We wake up early in the morning. We have to be at the office by 8 a.m. It will close at 5 p.m. And then they'll pay you. There are certain people, those sleep, all they do is that they follow what is going on in the world market. They look at the trend and see that, okay, this company is doing well. They are going to bring a certain product. When they bring this product, their stocks are going to increase. Let me invest in that company. So that person who will sleep in his room, because they have the principal, they will go and buy stock in that company. And then they'll gain much more than you and I who are doing 9 to 5. Just because of what? Of information. Because they are reading, steady. And let me tell you, it's not easy on their side. So when you see them and you say, oh, they are day traders, it's not easy. They spend a lot of time reading, looking at what is going on in the world market, doing a lot of calculations. But because you don't have that time, the bank is doing that for you. You get it? So if you don't have that time, you let the bank do it for you. You still get your interest. Okay? So, but let's look at Kofi. So Amma started at age 22. Amma is gaining what? 1.2 million. Let's look at Kofi. Kofi started at age 32. Kofi is also investing 200 cedis per month, same 15 cedis interest. But can we see Kofi's earnings? Kofi's earnings is how much? 280,000. Meanwhile, Amma was having how much? 1.2 million. All of them within 33 years. A period of investing of 33 years. So that is the power of starting early. So that's why I put a point there that, can you see the last sentence at the down? It says, let's read it together. The best time, can we see that portion? Can we see it? Let's read together. One go. The best time to invest was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Okay? So you see, between Amma and Kofi, the age difference is just 10 years old. But can you see the difference in the money that they are earning at the end of their investments? Just because of the 10-year gap. So it doesn't matter where you are right now. If you start today, you are better off than someone who is 10 years older than you today. That's the whole point of this scenario. So start today. Start reading financial markets today. Some of them, it doesn't take long to read though. Even if you don't understand, you read it. So that when you go to the bank and the RM, which is the relationship manager, is talking plenty, oh, the financial market, the macroeconomy is doing this. Obeka Bebre, just to confuse you that the investment is good. But if at least you know that, okay, on the world market or on the Ghana market, GRL, we call something GRL, which is the interest rate set by the government of Ghana. At least if you know what GRL is, and you go to the bank. So let's say if GRL today is 10%, okay? If GRL today is 10%, and the company is offering you something that is not very good, close to 10%, it's a cheat. It's a cheat. Okay? GRL basically is at what rate should people borrow? So that's the reverse of investment. So if somebody wants to borrow money from you, okay, that's another point of investment that I was going to talk about. If somebody is going to borrow money from you, okay, and the person says that, oh, give me 10,000 cedis. In the next 6 months, I'll give you 10,500. So you say that, oh, my man is cano. Okay? But don't do that. Go and check what GRR is on Ghana's economy right now. And calculate, if it's 10%, calculate 10% of the 10,000 cedis that are going to give to the person. If it is less than the 500 cedis extra that you get, it's a good investment. That is if you know the person will return the money. It's a good investment. But if you are going to gain, if the money that you get when you calculate that is more than what the person will give you, don't give. Okay, I don't say don't give to the person. Maybe the person needs their money urgently. But if the person doesn't need it for emergency and it is not pressing, the person is going to use it for business. I beg, tell the person that you want to go invest it at a better interest rate. In financial markets, no one is anybody's friend. No. The bank doesn't care about you. The government economy doesn't care about you. What will happen will happen. If you give the person and the interest rate is less than inflation in the next 3 months, you have cheated yourself. If maybe you have a good heart, you want to be good, okay, you can do that. But that will be after you have done your investment and you have some money to spare, you can help. Okay? I'm not saying don't help, please. That's not what I'm saying. Help, but help in a way that will also help yourself. That's what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, your pocket is your pocket. The economy doesn't care whether you gave Amma 500 cedis to go and do business. Because Amma will go and do business and gain 1,000 cedis and come and give you 100 cedis. Amma doesn't care about the 500 cedis you gave her. Okay? So let's start investing today. So right from here, please, the green flags we talk about, look for companies around you. Start, show interest in these things. Don't just depend on your monthly salary. It is not enough. You and I know that our monthly salaries are not enough. And do baby, but at least if you have some investments, you have some sureties. Okay, so concluding, let's look at next slide, WCS. Next slide. Also, I want to talk about diversification. So when you have very good amounts of money that you want to invest, please, I know some of us say we are high risk takers, but please diversify your investments. So let's say you know that, oh, today gold interest rate is very good. Let me put all my money in gold. I beg, don't do that. You split it. Put some in gold. Put some in oil. Put some in foreign exchange. Put some in the stock exchange. You diversify so that when one is going good, I know that when one is doing very good, you say that, hey, that thing, we call it greed. I'm not talking about our normal greed in normal terms, but in financial market, we call it greed. Greed is when the interest rate entices you so much that you put everything inside. And what happens is that when the interest rate is coming, oh, at the end of the first month, you have got 50%. Hey, this thing is good though. Let me go and add all my savings. At that point, you've reached, we call something greed index. You've reached the peak of it. And the danger of greed index is that, when I say greed, I'm just saying that when the edge of you trying to put all your money inside, it's called greed index. The danger of greed index is that people who know the market know that when the market reaches that point, that is the point for you to withdraw most of your investments. So people who understand the market will be withdrawing their money. And once you are now going to put all your investments into it. So be careful of those lines also. So diversify your portfolio. And be comfortable with the interest rates. If it is good for you, don't be too greedy, I beg you. Because we see customers walk into companies, and some customers are too greedy. They want to enjoy so much that they don't even think of the bad side of it. Please don't be that kind of an investor. I know we have high risk, but try to be in the middle. Okay? Let's go to the next point. The next point is talking about tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. That is SNAITs. How many of us have heard of Petra? How many of us have heard of Petra? Some of us have heard of Providence Funds, many of them. So we have them in tiers. Those are very good investments. Some of them, they will auto-deduct it from your salary. Your company will pay some of them for you. But especially what I want to talk about is the tier 3. When you work in a company, okay, and they pay you tier 3, and they pay tier 3 benefits. Not all of us are open to that. But if you are lucky and God favors you enough and you work in a company that pays you tier 3, I'm not talking about tier 1 and tier 2. Tier 1 is your SNAITs. Tier 2 is compulsory investments. Tier 3 is voluntary. But normally your company will enforce it. If your company gives you a contract to sign, okay, and they tell you that your tier 3, I'm hitting on it, tier 3, not tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, how much percentage do you want to give for tier 3? Tell them that you want the maximum percentage. Let me tell you how it works. If your basic salary is, let's say, 1,000 cedis, and you tell them that they should put maximum of your tier 3, let's say maximum is 10 cedis, and your basic salary, I'm not talking about your net, your basic salary before they will deduct tax and everything is 1,000 cedis. 10% of 1,000 is how much? 100 cedis, right? 100 cedis. So what happens is that they will take that 100 cedis from your basic, okay, before they will come and do tax deductions. So when you are paying your PAY, which is your um, every worker pays tax. Before they deduct the tax, they'll remove that 100 cedis and go and do that investment for you. Before they'll come and tax the 900 cedis. But what will happen is that if you tell them that you want your tier 3 to be 5%, what it means is that you will invest only 50 cedis, and now your taxable income is what? 950 cedis. It means that you pay more income. Meanwhile, somebody who goes for the maximum has saved 50 cedis from tax, and you pay extra tax on the 50 cedis. So for all workers who are exposed and privileged to have tier 3, make sure that you go for the maximum. It's a very good investment for you. Are we clear? All right, so wrapping up, we say that let's go to the last slide. It's just a call for us to take action today. Please read what is happening on the markets. Listen. If you don't have options, I can give you one option. City FM. I don't know if out there you have it, but in Accra here, City FM has a program in the morning. They call it City Business Breakfast Show. Listen to such programs. It's not every day that you go and watch Kukumbagia. I beg you. Tune your TV to places where they talk about business. Tune your TV to places where they talk about financial markets. Even if you don't understand, just listen. It gives you an idea of what is happening on the market. And then it can help you to take very good investment opportunities. So, as we said, the best time to invest was what? 10 years ago. But the next best time to invest is what? Today. So please, let's make good use of this opportunity. Thank you very much. We'll call our people to come in. Okay, so please, we have the next session. How many of us here are teachers? How many of us here are teachers? Okay, so there's a next session for teachers, but every one of us can stay and benefit from it. It also talks about the teachers fund. It talks about teachers fund and how you can benefit from it. So let me call the facilitator. Just give me a minute to call the facilitator. Any questions or you need clarity on something, on what we've discussed so far? Oh, please, don't. Yes.
Okay. I have a lot of questions, but I couldn't have the opportunity to put them down, so some has escaped my mind. But one major exercise I would like you to help us try doing is, if there's any institution that you know they are well doing when it comes to investment, that with a minimum amount, we can put a try, and then those who are willing to, for today, then we try that exercise. Then maybe another meeting, we come back to tell a testimony of how best we've earned much profit on that.
Okay. I don't want to be biased and mention where I work and say that I'm going to invest there. So what I'll say is that there are a couple of very good institutions out there. Okay. As I said, you go to the Bank of Ghana site. They have a list of institutions that you can invest in. So first is on Bank of Ghana site. It's a good place to invest in. Just make sure that they are regulated by Bank of Ghana. Okay? And go ahead and do your investments. But another thing I want you to know is that for those of us who have very huge money, okay, if you have huge money and you think you can use that money for investments, when you go and they give you interest rates, don't just accept the interest rates. Bargain. Some of us, we are too shy. We are timid. It stems from how we are raised. So we say that, oh, they've mentioned 5%. So the RM will convince you to take 5%. But you can bargain and say that, oh, no, I want 7%. You don't know. Okay, now I'm telling you. You can bargain for interest rates, but that is if your principal is big. If your principal is good enough, they can always increase interest rates for you. So when you go and they say 5%, that is the board rate. We call something board rates. But you can say that, oh, I want 1% more than the board rate. I want 2% more than the board rates. And then you tell them that, oh, my money I want it to compound. So when you tell them that, what it means is that they have your money for a longer time to go and do more business. So they'll start considering it. So that, okay, we'll have your money for long. So let's consider and give you 5, 6%, 7%. They can do that. So bargain. When you go and you have good principal, bargain with them. Some of the RMs, they are very difficult. But when you bargain, it's your money that they need. They need your money. That's the thing. Oh, they need your money. But they'll make it look as if they are doing you a favor. They are not doing you a favor. They need your money. So bargain with that power that you have. Okay? So I don't want to be biased. That's why I don't want to mention institutions. But just go to the Bank of Ghana. You have a couple of institutions that are regulated by the Bank of Ghana. And just compare their interest rates. Some of them have higher interest rate than others. So if they are all regulated by Bank of Ghana, they all have good name on the market. They all publish their financials. You have heard good testimonies about them, not just from people, but you can see it on their financials. You can see it on Bank of Ghana websites. Go for the one with the higher interest rates. Okay? Don't go and do the one with small. Go for the one with higher interest. Because at the end of the day, it's a safe institution. You still gain your money. It's regulated by Bank of Ghana. Are we clear? Please, any other facilitator? Is there any other question? Yes, mommy.
If you opt for not to do the auto renewal, you tend to lose because maybe you are doing it because you want to fall on something every month. So I want to know that if you don't do it,
Okay.
at the end of some years, will you lose or?
Okay, so the auto rollover. Oh, ma'am, you can say it.
Auto rollover. Okay.
Yes, the auto rollover is you tell them that I want my investments to last for 5 years, but I want it to be done 6 months every time, so that when I want the money after 6 months, I can come for the money. Yes. So the auto rollover, it is not cast in stone that they can't give you your money at the end of the 6 months.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, I'm coming to your question. I just want you to understand the concept.
Okay.
So when the 6 months arrives, you can go there and go and take your money. Okay? So that one, it is just like you opting for no auto rollover.
Okay.
But then, because it's auto rollover, they won't even come and ask you. They'll just be inputting your money in there. Yes. So you still gain your interest. You won't lose anything. Just that somebody who does compounding will gain more than you, because if you started with 100 cedis and you gained interest of 10 cedis, you will go and say that, oh, they should give you your money, 110 cedis. But the person who is doing compounding, which is the auto rollover, will now invest back 110 cedis. Okay. So at the end of another period, the person will be gaining more interest than you that took your 110 cedis when the 6 months was up. So that's the only difference. So you still gain your money. It's a good investment, especially if you have plans, just like Mommy you mentioned. Okay. You can go for it, it's fine. But if you don't see any impending things, opt for the compound one, opt for the auto rollover, so that it will just keep going with your interest, keep going for you like that. Mommy, I don't know if I
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mommy. Any question? Wow. Okay, Frank.
Okay, please, my question is, can you give us some of the businesses that if you invest in, you have at least low risks, businesses that are available on the job market now that if you invest in, you have low risks? Thank you.
Okay, so low risk, T-bills. T-bills and government bonds. T-bills, government bonds, mutual funds, government stock exchange, Ghana Stock Exchange. Those ones are low risk. T-bills, government bonds, mutual funds, Ghana Stock Exchange. Those ones are low risk. But the high risk will be when you go to, I don't want to mention institutions. Okay. High risk will be when you go to the private institution, not your normal bank setting. You know, we have, yes, equity, a financial, okay, let me just mention names. So we have Letiego. You know Letiego. You know Dalex. Have you heard of Dalex? Have you heard of Letiego? Have you heard of Dalex? Have you heard of Bayport? Some of them, some of us have heard of Letiego, Bayport, Dalex. Those ones, they'll give you better returns than the normal government's T-bills, government bonds, mutual funds. So you can go to those ones, and they are heavily regulated. They have very good liquidity. So you can go to such institutions. Instead of just going to the normal bank, that will give you 5%, 2%. Those people can give you around 10 to 12%, 8%. Meanwhile, the government T-bill will give you around 6, 7. Those people can afford to give you 10, 11, 12. Okay? So government bonds is very low risk. Then this side is medium to high risk. Okay. Okay, so thank you all very much. Okay, last question. Where's the microphone? Another question.
Please, I want to ask, between stocks and forex trading, please, which one of them would you have advised?
I can hear you.
Please, between stocks and forex trading.
Between stocks
and
forex
forex trading, yes. Please, which one would you advise? Maybe assist.
Are you a high risk taker? Can you afford to lose your money?
Sorry.
Can you afford to lose your money?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, let's go. So see, forex trading is extremely volatile. Extremely. You can put your money in forex trading today, and you lose all that money today. You can put it in, you are aware. Yes. You can put it inside today, you will lose all that money today. Okay? So, as I said, if it is money you can afford to lose, I'm repeating, if you can afford to lose that money and it will affect you, why not? You go all in, you make it, or you lose.
But you can also get a lot of money overnight.
That's what I'm saying. So it's either you make it or you lose it.
But between, let me say, forex trading and stocks, you know, as for the stocks, the profits are...
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It depends on your risk appetite. One, your risk appetite. And two, if you are ready to lose that money. If, one, your risk appetite, whether you are medium, high, low. And two, if that money that you are putting in the stock, if that money goes to zero today, and found you can go for stock, forex trading. Okay? But if you can't afford these two things, I beg you, put your money in normal stocks. Okay?
Yes, so I want to say a little about your question. And then he actually asked you if you are a risk lover. I'm sure he has said that already in his presentation. We have risk lovers and then risk adverse. There are some people that they can't handle risk. When you lose your money, something can happen to you. I know some people that if their 50 cedis gets missing today, everyone has to call them and tell them, oh, we are sorry, calm down. God will give you again. If not, they can collapse. These things are not connected to spiritual lives. It's just your personal emotions and other things related to you as a person. you have your money, you know how you used to get your money or how you gain your profits and salary and all that, the stress you go through. And then let's say you are getting 2,000 a month. Putting, let's say, 500 cedis or 300 cedis from your 2,000 into a stock exchange today and losing it the next day might be maybe normal because that's the first time. You would continue the next time, it might yield profit or not. That is why I'm sure in his presentation he said that we have risk and returns. The higher the returns, the higher the risk too. The lower the returns, the lower the risk. So if you can't afford to lose higher amounts, then go for the one with the lower risk. Definitely to give you lower returns. Comparing stock to forex exchange, they are both almost in the same category, but the stock is not volatile like forex trading because you can see the market at a point up like this, let's say 80%. The next 1 minute, it can come to 20%. But with stock, it will take some time for it to change, for the market price to change. So even with stock, you can even know from rumors and things around that, let's say you've invested in some shares somewhere. Oh, this company, they said someone saw cockroach in their food, or maybe it's a food company. You would know that if you don't take care, people will stop buying the food. Your returns will go down. You can quickly go for the money. But with the forex trading, you don't even know what is going on there. And normally it is controlled internationally. So it is very risky. So to answer that question, it is still up to you. This is not choose the way of God. There are two ways. If you can afford to lose the money, and then you can wait to do it again, and you will not die. You will not come and be praying and crying on God that, God, my money is gone, or go and look for the money for me. Fine, you can do it. But if you can't, just do the other ones, the lower risk ones. And let's leave the stock and the other ones for those who are earning over 100,000 a month. Yeah, it's too much.
Okay, so I just want to draw some lessons from what I'll come to you. From what he said. So you see, he gave an example that a food company, and they found cockroach, for instance, cockroach in their food. So that is information that you won't get if you are not reading what is going on the markets. Because in that instance, will stop investing in that company, their interest will go down. But because you are not reading, you will still go and invest at that time. By the time you will go in, people have taken their money out. So that's why you need to read. Okay? All right. I saw a hand. Yes, please. So that's the last question. Then we wrap up. Are there any other hands? Okay, just that's.
Before my questions, I want to say that was a very wonderful presentation, and I think it's very impactful. Good. My first question is, you said if you want
Your first question?
It's just two. You said if you want to bargain, you should have big money.
Yeah.
And big is relative. Yeah. So my big money can be 5,000. Someone's big money can be 100,000. Another person can be 500,000. So I want your lower limit for big money, so that we don't just walk into the bank or, yes, in the intention of going in for an investment and going try to bargain when we are holding 2,000, thinking it's big money.
Okay.
And my second question is, the gentleman was asking about banks that you think we should go in for, the private banks. Yeah. So I was going through my phone, the Bank of Ghana website, but I was not seeing any private bank. Okay. So if you could take us through the steps, if you could use your phone and like be talking so we could follow you, then when we go home, we'll just take our time and look through the list, then we make our selections. Thank you.
So to answer your first question, there is no fixed amount for big. Just as somebody's own is big, to you is big, to other person is small. To the institutions also, some money is big, some money is small. But from where I work, If you send around 100,000 to 200,000, they can look at the interest rate for you. 100,000 to 200,000. They'll say that, okay, we can check the interest rates and bargain for you. But maybe in your community, you have a smaller community that is not as big as that. Their big can be maybe 50,000, 20,000. And you have the opportunity to bargain for interest. So it's not pinpoint. It depends on the institution. Some institutions are smaller than others. So for the smaller ones, any substantial amounts around 20 to 50 is big to them. But to very well established institutions, it should be around 100,000 to 200,000. Sometimes they'll even consider only when you are 1 million, 2 million about. So there's no definite one. But when you go there, just ask. Even if your money is 10,000, tell them that, oh, you want to bargain for the interest. Monitor the reaction of the relationship manager. They will try to play hard from the get-go. But as you keep on, if you see that you are gaining some headway, it means that your money is big to them. So they can adjust the interest rate for you. That's the answer to your first question. And then to your next question, my network is not too strong. I want to use my brother's phone. So if you have your phone, just go to Google or anything. Just type in investment institutions regulated by the Bank of Ghana. So investment institutions regulated by, you either see by Bank of Ghana or by SEC. Which is, it is. So you see that the Ghana Stock Exchange has some licensees, Securities and Exchange, licensed mutual funds. You see Enidasu mutual funds, Brasica, there are a lot of them. I don't know if you can see it on your phone. Just type investment institutions regulated by either Bank of Ghana or by SEC, SEC. If you want to go into mutual funds, you see a list of them. If you want to go into T-bills or normal investments, you see a list of them. So you can choose any of those institutions. Once they are regulated, I'm hitting on that point again. Once they are regulated and they have good name and good liquidity, it's a good opportunity to go in. I think that will be the end. God bless you all for making it a point to attend this important session. So for the teachers, what my bosses are telling me right now is that we have quiz right now. So for the teachers and any other person who is interested to know about the things that will be taught to the teachers, because it might be relevant to you, you never know, you can gain something from it. We'll be doing the teachers session today on our program. We have siesta. That's time for you to rest and relax before you come for the do you know. But if you think this information is good and you want to sacrifice your rest, you can come. We will have the teachers session at that time. So if you are a teacher or you are not a teacher, you are invited. And I would advise you come. It's very, very good information for you to hear. Here, okay, let me not be too definite. Either here or the prayer room. Oh, okay, that's a good. So at the music room, please, do you know the music room? Hey, music room, choir will also be using the place. Okay, please, let's converge here. At that point, anywhere that is available, we'll put it there. But we'll definitely have that session. That's confirmed. So if you are interested, please make it a point to be here. And the teachers fund aspects will also be discussed. So thank you all very much for making the time and giving me a listening ear also. So to close, let's just sing one song, then we invite someone to give us a closing prayer. The forest trading lady, you give us closing prayer because you are a very high risk taker. So let's be on our feet. Let's be on our feet. Let's just sing one song. Any song on anybody's heart. The anthem. Okay, WCS, just verse 1 of our camp anthem. WCS, just verse 1 of our camp anthem. WCS, Camp Anthem, verse 1. We are saying of it, okay. Father, I lay into your hands, da, 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 da. Go. Father, I place into your hands the things I cannot do. Father, I place into your hands the times that have been true. Father, I place into your hands the way that I should go, for I know I always can trust you. Cause we know we always can trust you. No, you're a high risk taker. You have the confidence. So come. So let's pray.
Please close your eyes. We are praying. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you this morning. We thank you for how far you've brought us. We thank you for the message that you've given us to us. That we are asking you to take in charge in our financial situations. Please, we pray that you give us the wisdom and the understanding to take in charge in any financial problems. This and many more we ask in Jesus' name, amen.
So thank you all for coming. So for those of you who are interested in the teachers aspect, 2 p.m. is the time. During siesta time, you can come around so that we have that session. So all participants for the quiz competition, if you can hear me from the various dormitories, it's time for the quiz. Please come into the auditorium for the quiz to start. All quiz participants, come into the auditorium. And all other members, please come into the auditorium to support your participants. It's time for the quiz competition. Remember, we'll play the rest of the Youth Camp Anthem Challenge. We'll do the award ceremony as well to know the people who did well in the Camp Anthem Challenge. So please come into the auditorium now for the program to begin. Come and support your zone. Would the winner be Accra Zone? Would the winner be Western Zone? Would the winner be Central Zone? Would the winner be Northern Zone? Would the winner be Ada Zone?